Jeremy, thank you. An award-winning historical drama is coming to the stage in Kingsport. It's called Nancy, and the Heritage Alliance is spearheading the show. And here with the details, Rick Toomey and Talia Rogers. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, tell me a little bit about Nancy. So this is different than other performances we've seen. It's not a big cast. It is who is playing Nancy. Talia, tell me how you got involved in this.
I had performed in Crown's gospel musical at the McKinney Center, and Ann G. Fellers Mason reached out to me and asked me if I would be able to do this role. And I actually thought she was inviting me to be in another cast. And then we got to the meeting, and she explained that it's a one-woman show. It's 8 scenes, and Nancy is pretty much talking to her wall and telling her thoughts and her feelings about being a slave. She's owned by Elihu Embry, who started the Emancipator newspaper in Jonesboro, but she wants to be free. She has, it's kind of a little, it's a relationship they have, but they can't have, because she's the slave and he's the owner. So she talks about her story and how he started the newspaper and what she had to do with that. And you know, you experience a few emotions based off, you know, the time period. There's this relationship, like I said, that Nancy kind of has with Elihu, but she doesn't. But she's not allowed to.
Yeah, and you really see her perspective.
And you get to see her perspective on it, and so. I won't tell the ending for the people who haven't seen it, but it's like you go through the story from when right about the time he wrote his will to about the time that his will is read in court after his passing.
So we're pulling some historical facts from Jonesboro. I mean, that's where the writing comes from. Tell us a little bit about like the storyline. I know she talked more about it, but developing the storyline.
Right. Well, that's where and G. Fellers Mason did a great job of researching the history behind this story and telling this wonderful story about Jonesboro and Nancy and Mr. Embry, who really was a leader in the emancipation movement, but yet a slaveholder. And so to me, one of the most beautiful parts of the story is that he actually tries, in his will, he tried to free Nancy and her 5 children, but they were not allowed to do that at that time, because this was 1820 and you know, 43 years before enslaved people were emancipated. So it's just a wonderful story about our area. And again, when you watch Talia's performance, I had seen it in the original performance in Jonesboro, and a group in Kingsport called the Bridge Builders decided we wanted to share that in Kingsport. So we began planning for that, and Talia performed it in Kingsport last year, and it was just wonderful. And it was my second time seeing it, and I know for me it impacted me emotionally much greater, just because I started getting inside of her struggle. You know, here was this brilliant woman who probably was a key member of that household, and was not able to be fully who she could have been.
It opens your eyes to a different side of it, and I love that it pulls in the facts from history in Jonesboro, so that's something to watch out for. Well, we're looking forward to watching that performance. Thank you both. Nancy will take the stage on Thursday, February 26th at 6:30 p.m. The performance will be at Central Baptist Church in Kingsport. The address is 301 Carver Street. Donations from the show will support the mission of the Heritage Alliance of Kingsport and Jonesboro. We will be right back.